How's it going, everyone? ND Sean 45 coming at you. Break time is over. Time to get back to the previews. Now, before I get to that, just want to let all you guys know this setup with me here on my webcam, that's probably what we're going to get for the rest of the season. I got the replacement battery for my camera in the mail the other day, and it turns out, long story short, it's a camera problem, not a battery problem. So until I can afford to get the camera looked at and checked out, this is what we're stuck with. I know some of you probably aren't too thrilled about that. Myself, I'm not too thrilled about it either, but it's what we have to work with for now. And you know what? As long as I'm able to get on here and do my videos, that's all I care about. So with that said, let's get right into this week's game. Now this week, the Irish hit the road for their first official road game of the season, even though it is technically a neutral site game. It is the first time they played outside the state of Indiana, put it that way. But this game is the first of our scheduling agreement with the ACC conference, and our first game of that scheduling agreement is going to be against the Syracuse Orange, and we will be playing them at MetLife Stadium in the Meadowlands. Now, actually, for the most part, right off the bat, this game favors Notre Dame because every time we play at the Meadowlands, I believe that 2010 loss to Navy is the only time we've ever lost at the Meadowlands. So that's in our favor right away. But of course, that's not what determines the outcome of the game, obviously. But anyway, the last time that the Irish and the Orange met is quite frankly a day I would prefer to forget. But you know, hard times like that, it's kind of hard to forget. But it was in 2008 on our senior day. They were able to come into South Bend and steal a win from us. Well, maybe I shouldn't really say steal. We kind of shot ourselves in the foot in that one, but needless to say, it sucked. They sent our seniors out with a loss, and it was just an end to a very crappy season. And so this one is a little bit personal for me. Time to get a little payback. But I'm going to be fair, break down the game as fairly and honestly as I can here. But breaking this game down, the keys to victory for Notre Dame in this one. Number one, you guys all know what it is. Protect the football, no turnovers, nothing more to say about that. Number two, Syracuse, from what I've seen in the numbers and the articles that I've read about them, they have a very good running game. Their offense is led by quarterback Terrell Hunt, and behind him are two very talented running backs in Gully and Adeem Moore, with Adeem Moore being the more brutal and bigger of the two running backs. You know, a bruiser, for lack of a better term. But they've had a lot of success running the ball, and our second key to victory is shutting that Syracuse run game down. You know, Terrell Hunt as a quarterback, I mean, from what I've read, he's a great scrambling quarterback, but he's not a very efficient passer. So we shut down their running game, force them to throw the ball more, which is a place that they haven't had a lot of success in. So that's the second key to victory. Third key to victory, hit them hard with the passing game. Okay, as we've seen so far on this young season, Everett Golson has been very solid at passing the ball and running as well. But our passing game against their secondary is where I think the big key to victory is for this week's game. As I mentioned already, the Orange are very they're very poor at defending the pass, and so far the passing game has been a strong point for our offense this year. So hit them hard with the pass. Fourth key to victory is we have to establish a running game. Now, Syracuse, so far in this young season, they have been very good at stopping the run. And with Coach Hillstand doing a little shuffling with our offensive line, that has me worried a little bit, but not extremely worried, because even though we're going to have some guys in new spots here, they're all still very talented offensive linemen, and they should have no problem rising to the occasion and opening the holes up and allowing our running back core to make some big runs and whatnot. So I think it can be done, because Syracuse, you know, the toughest team they've played so far has been Maryland, and you know, I'm not knocking Maryland, but we are a far better team than what the Terrapins are. So even though Syracuse has a good run defense, we got to open up those holes and find a way to establish a run game. And we've been getting better every week so far. The week before against Purdue, maybe we didn't have the kind of performance that all of us Irish fans expected out of our running backs, but they actually got a lot better compared to the game against Michigan. So, there's so much potential in this running back core that they can only get better from here. Put it that way. And Greg Bryant in particular, I would love to see a big game out of him because he is a very talented running back, and it's only a matter of time before he has a big game. So find a way to establish a running game. But with all that said, guys, I do see us winning this game. I'd be saying the same thing even if I wasn't a Notre Dame fan and unbiased. The Irish are just too better of a football team for Syracuse to keep up with, in my opinion. Now, granted, I know that a lot of teams, when they play Notre Dame, whether they're good, bad, or whatever, they always bring a little something extra for us. So, with all this taken into account, I think the final score of this game is going to be Notre Dame 35, Syracuse 14. I think we will give up some points. I don't see us pitching a shutout here, but if we play efficiently and just not minimize the mistakes, we should be fine. We should win this one handily. So that's my final score prediction for this one: Notre Dame 35, Syracuse 14. So with that said, guys, this is ND Sean 45 signing off. Go Irish, baby! Beat Orange!